Ratio is an important part of the 6th grade math curriculum. Here is a recently released 6th grade math item about ratio. There are 30 red marbles and 150 blue marbles in a box. What is the ratio of blue marbles to red marbles? We know that the correct answer is C, 150 to 30. However, a surprising number of our 6th grade students who were presented with this item selected 30 to 150. We have here with us Denica Gum, a 6th grade math teacher from Albemarle County. Denica, how do you teach ratio to your students so they understand the concept?
When I teach ratio, I really like my kids to understand the 3 different types of ratios: part-to-part comparisons, part-to-whole comparisons, and whole-to-whole comparisons. And to do that, I like to use manipulatives. Today we've got candy. Colored candy is a manipulative. So one thing that kids have is they love to compare who's got more. So we're going to do a whole-to-whole comparison of who has more candy.
Denica, do you always do this activity with candy?
Actually, I don't. I often use centimeter cubes or square-inch tiles.
Do they come in different colors?
Yeah, use 4 or more different colors, so you have a variety to choose from. And to write that, I have 38, and you have a total
40.
of 40. So this is one example of a whole-to-whole ratio, where we can compare.
So what do you compare next after whole-to-whole?
To whole-to-whole, I always like to do part-to-part. And for example, we can compare out my blue candies to the reds. I have 9 blue, and I have a total of 15 red. And as they're doing this, it's really important that they label what they just, that they're comparing. So they have 9 blue,
Why is it important for them to label?
because they need to know what they're comparing. Sometimes they might get confused and do the yellows, or this way they can stay organized and keep track of what they are comparing.
Does it help then if you switch the colors?
Absolutely, because it would be a different ratio. If I switched it, I would now have 15 reds to 9 blue.
And you said there was a third type of ratio, whole to part?
The third part is part to whole, or whole to part, depending on what question you're asking. But I could compare to the entire. I have 9 blues. Let's say I want to compare my blues to the entire bag. So I have 9 blues, but then in my entire bag, I have a total of 38 within the bag.
You know, one thing we should remind people is that when students are playing with candy or any kind of food in the classroom, it's probably not a good idea after they've had their hands all over it to allow them to eat those candies. Very good. So Denica's given us a way to teach ratio that uses manipulatives, a very important teaching strategy for ratio and many other math concepts.